What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am back with the all new, all tea, all shade, love and hip hop couples retreat review season 1, episode 3. Okay, so the episode starts off with the couples asking each other, "What do you love about our relationship?" And Princess says that she loves that she and Ray J, Ray Fizzle, Willie Ray, can spend time together all day long and just have fun. Rashida says that she loves that she could just wrap herself in Kirk's arms and feel like he's daddy. And her husband, he was like, "Oh, you feel like you calling me daddy?" She's like, "No, I'm calling you zaddy." And I was like, "Bleh." Nigga look like a whole penis by the head. But okay, girl, you like it, I love it. So then the next question they have to ask each other is, why did you choose me to be your partner? Michael's girl Rada says because they both grew up poor, they both struggled, and this, that, and the third. Mandisi's tell Yandy because she brought order back into his life. And that was really cute. I like that they asked the couples these questions because it reminds you of why you got with this person in the first place. It brings you back to love. So Princess, we see, have been crying. Her eyes are puffy, and she is questioning why they're there because she's doing everything alone. Ray J has been acting a plum fool since he got there. He don't want to participate. He was disrespectful to AJ. Like, he's just being an asshole. I don't even understand myself why the fuck he's there. So Ray is mad at AJ because she called him childish, which was the truth. Truth hurts. He got mad and offended because somebody told his ugly ass about himself. Oh, wet mouth ass nigga. Why the fuck did y'all have that damn camera all the way up to that man's mouth like that with all that spit and saliva all up in her, nasty nigga? So Yandy still feels some type of way about Mandisi not knowing if he would hold her down if she was the one that had to be sent away to jail. And that pissed me off, baby. He tried to come back with a little Instagram post this week explaining himself, but this still sound like a bunch of bullshit to me. So they sit down and have a conversation, and he says, "You made me feel like everything else in your life was more important than me. You know how it feels to see my daughter's first steps on a prison floor." First of all, let's address you made me feel like everything else in your life was more important to me. Because it was. Nigga, you are in jail, safe in a box. I'm out here, nigga, dealing with Black Lives Matter. I could probably get my head blown off any day, raising our children, dealing with your silly ass baby mamas, your ignorant ghetto ass mama, trying to hold down jobs, trying to start businesses, trying to be a mom, trying to keep a household, and then still take care of you and be an emotional support for you when there's no one to be an emotional support for me. I don't like that it's all me with Mandisi's. And then when he says, "You know how it feels to see my daughter's first step on a prison floor." Well, bitch, you the one decided that you wanted to be a fucking kingpin. Did nobody put a gun to your head and tell you to be a drug dealer? Bitch, you was a drug dealer before I met you. So that was the decision and the lifestyle that you chose. Nobody did that but you, sir. So then Yandy was like, "You looked at things and what you thought it was like." In my shoes, I went through a horrible depression. I couldn't even feed a mirror for several weeks. Every single parent teacher night, I cried. She gets emotional. She starts to cry. She's like, "It might not sound like a lot to you, but I felt lonely. I was embarrassed." And I'm pretty sure she was. She was like, "The pics I posted was me acting like I was good. So you complain about emails with some petty ass shit." And I agree. Like, nigga, you mad because I wasn't emailing you all goddamn day and on the phone with you all goddamn day? Bitch, if you wanted a prison pal, you should have got on one of them prison white sites. I had a life to live, sir. Like, no. That's why I couldn't hold no nigga down in jail, because they want too much from you. They want a bitch that's gonna sit up and talk on the phone with them all day, taking collect calls and shit, and stroking their ego and making them feel like a man, bitch. No, I don't have the time for it. So Mandis is like, "To you, I came home to a pandemic. I'm scared to discipline the kids because I'm trying to win them back." And she stops him, and she made a great point. She was like, "You just said it. The kids, you do everything they want. You spend every hour trying to make them happy. Why your guilt don't make you feel like you got to do that for me?" And I was like, "Girl, you hit the nail on the head on the nail. However which way you goddamn say it. It's the God honest truth. Like, you so worried about the kids and they're winning their love and affection back and pouring into them, but you're still not pouring into me. It's basically like you're here, but I'm still by myself, nigga. What the fuck?" So Yandy was like, it's the little things. How about you cook? Give me the night off. And he was like, so I don't do that. I don't know how to cook. You know, I order. She was like, it's not the same. And men, this is where men forget, like, it's not about buying me a Gucci bag or Hermes purse or a Chanel bag or taking me here and taking me there or whatever. It's about the little small things. Cleaning up the kitchen, cooking a dinner, run me a bath, rub my feet, hold me, just sit down and talk to me and really be focused on how was my day. Like, that's the shit that we as women want. Hell, go to the 7-Eleven and bring me a Snickers bar and a fucking slushy because you know I like it. Little shit like that matters. So she tells him that, that's not the same. He gets mad. He was like, I just want this to be over. He walks out. And I was like, well, bitch, boy, bye, your big ass forehead. So Rada talks to AJ alone about Michael not wanting to be with one woman from the jump. When she met him while he was with other women. She thought that he would change as they got closer. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make as a woman, thinking that a man is going to change because you pour into them. Just because you give a nigga all your time, all your love, all your affection, the greatest sex, feed them food, buy them this, do that, stroke their ego, don't mean that they're going to change certain behaviors. Sometimes it works. Majority of the time it doesn't. You met this man while he was dating not even dating, fucking other bitches. You got in on the fun. Now you want him to be a totally different person than who you met. You set yourself up for failure, ma'am. He will never respect you. He will never look at you like, oh, this is going to be my one and only woman, because he know how you get down. Girl, goodbye. Have several. So, she also says that she likes to watch him fuck other women, but she's ready to take the next step. Like, girl, which one is it? If you're going to want to take the next step, but then want to still dibble and dabble or watching him fucking other bitches, then why not just continue to live your life the way that you are? Like, girl, I don't like this dumb hoe. So, she says that she wants Michael to give her all of him. And I'm like, okay, girl. So AJ says, devil's advocate. I trust you. I love you. I've asked you to move in. I just have my dick everywhere. To him, he's giving you a commitment. And that's the guy's honest truth. Like, he's giving you what he is capable of giving and willing to give you, considering how y'all relationship started. So AJ was like, are you afraid that taking care of yourself means you have to sacrifice him? And Rada was like, yes. And that's the guy's honest truth. But it's also what needs to be done, because if you serve yourself, you already know that if I put my foot down, I'm going to lose him. And that's the guy's honest truth. And that's why she's afraid to do it, because she knows deep down in her soul that he is not going to stop messing with other chicks. It's just not going to happen. So AJ was like, you have to make a decision on what you want, then go to him and say, here it is. Can we do this or not? And it's going to be not. So the girls minus Princess sit down by the pool and they talk. Kirk and some of the guys sit down and talk, and Kirk thinks that they are just getting way too deep. He wasn't expecting this, and he ain't trying to really relive the past and go there because he ain't trying to make Rashida mad. So Delicious talks to the girls about having sex in a Gucci store with Raymond when they first got together. He has a private shop, a personal shopper, and a personal shopper saw that they was kind of, getting flirty with stuff. He was like, I'm the only one that got a key back here. So he let them fuck in the room, and they got it popping or whatever. And she says that since they got married, all the passion is gone. She's always the initiator and aggressive person when it comes to sex. And I've been in that position, and it is very draining to be the one who always has to initiate it. You want to be swept up off your feet. You want to be thrown against the wall and have a nigga just take it. So yes, that can be annoying as hell. Like in the beginning, I was riding with Delicious, but then as the episode went on, I saw the problem. So Mandisi introduces the men to a doctor by the name of Dr. K. And we have seen Dr. K on reality television before. We have seen him on Married to Medicine when he was Heavenly's doctor a few seasons back. So Dr. K sits the men down and he asks them, are you in love, or do you just simply love her, your woman? Kirk was like, I'm in love, but I can only give so much. Kirk thinks because him and Rashida work with each other that that's spending time with each other. And that's totally not the case. That's why it's very imperative that you separate work life and home life. And that's difficult when you and your partner have business together. The lines can get very blurred. So, Raymond then says, my wife is an alpha female. So being the man, how do I bring it down as the husband? And Dr. K says, as the head goes, so too shall a body. And he says, so if you have the right attitude and respect, what's going to happen to her? And that's the guy's honest truth. If I'm yelling and screaming and my nigga takes my hand and says, babe, calm down. This is what I'm saying. He talks in a calm voice. That's going to make you calm down. That's going to reel you in. And that's going to de-escalate the argument because you all here and he's down here. So that's what needs to happen in the relationship. And I love that advice that he gave to Raymond. I have grown past all of that cussing and hollering at folks because that's the wrong way to get your point across to a person. It does nothing but escalate the issue and prolong it, to be honest with you. And it's just disrespectful. It brings disrespect into the relationship as soon as you get the cussing and hollering and calling each other out each other's names. So Raymond says, in his confessional, at times I try to step in and be a man, but it's like she got a problem with that too. So yeah, Delicious might need to learn how to tap into her femininity and allow a man to lead. So Michael talks about his mother taking him and his siblings and changing their last name when she left their father, so he couldn't find them. So he never really had a relationship with his father. And he also said that he's never been faithful to a woman. Mandisi tells him that he's not going to know what he's got until it's gone. And Michael in his confessional was like, they trying to get on me about these side bitches. They've all had side bitches in the past. I just kept mine. That shit was funny as fuck. So Dr. K tells the men to replan their first date for their women. Michael was like, well, shit, I don't know how I'm going to do that because my first date with Rada, we had side bitches. So it's going to be hard. And that's why I'm like, this is how y'all relationship is, man. Why are you trying to change it now? This is how you met him. Like, girl, sit down. So Princess is having a talk with AJ when Ray J walks in, and he's surprised to see AJ in the room. So he apologizes to both of them for the way that he's been acting. And he says, you know, I feel like things can change overnight because when you get irritated, you go off the deep end with the name calling. AJ says, do you feel like her word choice and tone is disrespectful? And Ray J says, absolutely. I know you don't mean it, but even in the heated moments, we both should know there are things we shouldn't say. Let's protect each other and keep it in our bubble. And I agree, but it has to be reciprocated. Like I just said, respect is a huge thing in a relationship. And when you argue, all that name calling and stuff, it just makes the situation worse. It causes resentment. It takes away a level of respect for your partner. And I do think that it is imperative to keep your relationship between the two of you. Yes, it's okay from time to time to go ask a friend or someone that you trust for advice because we don't always have the answers. But going and rushing to social media to tell strangers that you don't know your business is ghetto as hell and it's childish as fuck, and all it does is lead to more problems. So Princess was like, I would like you to be consistent with you coming home at night. I want you to go to sleep with me in our bed and wake up with each other. So AJ says, no, I'm sorry. Ray J was like, I want that too. And AJ was like, that doesn't sound like a man that wants a divorce. And Princess and both Ray J say in their confessional that they're both shocked that the other one does not want a divorce. Child, not wanting a divorce and needing one is a whole other conversation. Do I think that Ray J and Princess will ever be able to get on track? Not really, because they came into the relationship fucked up. They came into the relationship with her being involved with somebody he was friends with, all the drama between them and Tierra Marie, the back and forth, the shit, the disrespect. It's just once you cross certain lines, it's hard to go back from that. It can be done in some cases, but majority of the time, no, it just can't. I think there's just too much pain and resentment there on both ends for them to ever really be okay. So the men do their dates. Raymond plans this really nice romantic dinner for him and Delicious, and he asks her, you know, he's pretending like he doesn't know her. So he was like, what you like to do? She was like, you. And I was like, okay, that was funny. I laughed. And he was like, ha 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 ha. So as he's trying to be sweet to her and be romantic and tells her how much he loves her and values her, she keeps constantly going back to fucking. It's just like, okay, cool with that. It's great to hear what you said. But can we fuck now? It's just like, oh my God. I'm like, this is why he don't want to have sex with you, bitch, because you have taken all the romance out of it. Like, you are being a man. Like, you're emasculating him. Don't no man want to feel like you the nigga and he the bitch and you just want to fuck on him all the goddamn time. Like, let him be the man and romance you. Like, she took all of the intimacy away, and it's just like wham bam, thank you ma'am. And you can tell that her constantly bringing up sex annoys him. Like, it's a turnoff for him. Like, he is so turned off about that shit. That's why he don't want to fuck her ass, because you constantly only want to talk about sex. Is that all our relationship is about? Like, it's great if you're a sexual person, but like, damn bitch, can we have anything other than that? And I love Delicious. I think she's a beautiful woman. I love the way she speaks. But like, girl, it's more than sex when it comes to a marriage. So Yandy and Mandy on their date, and they get undercover. She trying to grab his dick, and it was really cute and funny because you could tell that they have a really dope friendship. So Delicious once again keep talking about sex, but Raymond says, after they finish dinner, he want to go back to the room and drink some wine and watch a movie. And she looking like, I know you fucking lying. And I was like, he probably did want to fuck you, but you just kept on bringing up sex the whole night. That he was just like, man, fuck this. So Michael in his confessional says that, Rada is the best woman he's ever been with in his entire life. And she's so loving and she's so understanding. Do I think that he honestly cares about her? Yes. But do I think that he will ever be faithful and want to just be with her only? No. And then I personally think men like Michael is something deeper going on with them for them to constantly want to have sex all day, every day with all of these different women. You're overcompensating for something. Like, it's something very deeper. It's a deeper issue going on with him, because I would never date a man like that. This is disgusting to me, that all you want to do is sit up and fuck random people. Like, that's nasty. It's weird. So, Michael says, let's toast to no bitches. And she was like, really? He was like, just tonight. She was looking like, the fuck, just tonight, nigga. So she was like, well, what's your point of telling me that? Don't you want this more often? And Michael was like, I don't give a fuck about the side bitch. You see, he didn't answer the question. And so Rada was like, if I'm your girlfriend, how you letting your side bitch disrespect me publicly? And in her confessional, they show a DM conversation between her and this girl that Michael keeps on constantly fucking with. And that person is Boots from Flavor of Love. We talked about that whole situation between Rada and Boots when they were about to film Couples Therapy, and they were in the airport, and Rada was getting smart with Boots on IG, and then Boots then went on her IG and was talking shit or whatever. But that's the person that they're constantly talking about, is Boots. And Boots was saying that, Michael telling her this, that, and the third about how he care for her and he love her. Girl, that nigga running game on both of these bitches, and I don't understand how y'all letting Michael Blackston play both of y'all. Like, what the fuck? So Rada was like, where was I at? You allowing these bitches to do that. I'm tired of looking stupid. Well, that's your fault. And she was like, treat me like your girlfriend, or I'm never coming back. That part where she says, or I'm never coming back, that was a voiceover. She didn't say that in the moment. Michael then in his confessional says, I want to change for Rada. I want to be better. Then Rada says, I really want some kind of commitment. And then we hear a voiceover of Michael saying, I don't know if I can do that right now or not right now. But it was a voiceover that wasn't said in the conversation. And then we see at the end of the night, back in the hotel room, Delicious thought they was about to smash, but lo and behold, Raymond ended up falling asleep. Raymond had been through enough, child. Leave that man alone, let him rest. So that was my review of Love and Hip Hop, Marriage, Couples Retreat, whatever the fuck the title is. Overall, I give the episode a B-. It was cute for what it was. We'll see what happens on next week's episode. Tomorrow, look out for my reviews on the season finale episode of Waka and Tammy, as well as my Ready to Love review. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like, and subscribe, and get you a Keisha Irvin Color Me Pampered 40th birthday box. The link is down below in the description box. Love you guys. Bye.